and someone take you serious like that?
No. Why won't you take me serious? Because this is the closest place I can put it to my mouth. You know. All right, let's go ahead.
Hi
Just shifted it.
guys, my name is Gladys Honor, and I have my chairman for the very first time.
Sorry, that's a very big mistake. Her name is Gladys Arnold Ibe, and my name is Arnold Ibe. How can your name be Gladys Arnold? Are you serious? I've paid for your bride price. Come on. Yeah, you can correct yourself if you don't mind.
My name is Gladys Honor.
Good. How does it sound now?
Hi guys, welcome to this impromptu video of me and my fine, handsome man for the very first time. This is my chairman, the love of my life, the sugar in my tea. Okay, the man in my chair, hence my chairman. All right, guys, I'm on the most serious note. My husband, the amazing, amazing chairman of my life,
Okay,
the love of my life, and
sounds
he's
good.
here for the very first time. Babe, do you want to introduce yourself?
Oh, yeah, why not? Hello, everyone.
My chairman, I should say. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Oh, okay, sounds better. Hello,
Yeah.
everyone. My name is Arnold Ibe. As she already introduced me as her husband and her chairman, Arnold Ibe is my name. Thank you for having me here.
You should be thanking me for having you.
Oh, thank you, babe, for having me here.
Yeah. So what are some things that you have learned or you've adjusted to that when we were living apart, you didn't.
Honestly, I have um I've adjusted to the reality, you know.
Oh,
Then when we used to meet, it was like doing everything we have to do together in
such a hurry.
yeah, in a horrible space of time. So it will be like, oh, just have 2 weeks to spend together, so
Mhm.
I just have to do everything. We just have to do everything we have to, like, I must have to do
Mhm.
just to keep our relationship going. Those are the little sacrifices that I was paying just to make sure we spice up our relationship, and then keep in touch and all of that.
And that's okay, babe. Now you're saying spice of our relationship. A lot of people don't know. Can you let people know how long we've known each other?
Sometimes I ask myself, how long have we really known each other? Because it feels like I've known you all my life.
Yeah.
I told um, one of my pastors in Nigeria asked me a question, and then he said, he asked me, when did you meet her?
Mhm.
When I told him I was about getting married, right?
Yeah.
And then he was like, oh, who is she? And then I told him your name and everything. And then he asked me, when did you meet her?
Mhm.
And I was like, he asked me, are you thinking about it? I think,
Yeah.
really, I have to think about it because I've known her. It seems like I've known her all my life,
Yeah.
you know. And then he was like, what are you talking about? And then I told him we were childhood friends.
Mhm.
I've known you since I was in primary school. Your mom was my class teacher in primary school. And then after primary school, we became friends.
Mhm.
We've been like that, and then until after my own secondary school,
Mhm.
and then
Which
when
is
I
high school.
yeah, after my high school. Sorry. So when I felt like I was man enough, to ask you out, and then that's when I was looking for an opportunity to meet you one on one.
Yeah.
Then I didn't have your number.
Mhm.
So, and then I saw you on that
The
day, that road. So
uh,
then And then I stopped you and then asked you where you were going to, and then you
Mm-hmm.
told me you were going for an errand.
Mm-hmm.
I said, okay, okay, let me not distract you much. Okay, since you're going for
No, babe,
something very
your
important.
eyes, you were looking,
Yeah,
when you saw me,
I
you were
knew
just,
you were bending down. I don't know the kind of thing you were drawing
please
on the
stop.
floor.
That's not true.
So I quickly asked for your number since
That's
I
not
saw a
true.
phone on your.
No, babe, it's
I
not.
saw you with a
Wait,
phone, so I had to ask for your number.
when you
Do you
approached
know
me,
one thing?
what?
I'm so grateful to MTN.
Uh-huh.
MTN Nigeria.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was that period they started this midnight
Call,
call.
yeah, from 12
Oh
a.m. to
wow!
4
I used
a.m.
to be awake from 12 to 4
4 a.m.
just to make sure I talk to you. And then when I remember those days after 4 a.m. I will sleep like 2 hours, 2 to 3
Because we will be on
hours.
vacation from school,
Yeah,
remember?
and then I
Yeah.
will sleep for like 2 to 3 hours or less than 3 hours.
Yeah.
And then my mom will come knocking on my door. I'll be like, what is happening?
And then my
And then
grandma
my
is
mom will be
saying,
like, oh, I know that you still sleeping. Come out, let's go for morning devotion. Oh, I'll be like, Mom, I'm still sleeping.
no one knew what you were doing at
So she
night.
will be like, what have you been doing all night? So seriously, it's really a wonderful experience.
Yeah. So when you asked for my number, did you think I was not going to give it to you?
I knew you were going to give me your number.
Uh-huh.
You understand? Because I knew you liked me too. It wasn't just me liking you. I knew you were going to give me your number, okay?
Mm-hmm,
So but why I didn't ask you out immediately was because
mm-hmm,
I knew you might not really say yes immediately.
mm-hmm.
Okay. But I had I had faith that you were going to say yes to me. So I needed to take things slowly.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I asked you for your number first. So
And then after, when you, truthfully, that day when you saw me and you asked for my number, it's almost like I was waiting for you, or I've been waiting for you.
hmm.
Because, like a lot of other guys have been asking me, because of just I'm hot.
Okay.
I am hot,
Oh yeah,
right?
you are. I'm not disputing the fact.
Okay, okay, just making sure.
Okay.
So, and when you asked for my number, I remember thinking, what took this guy so long? What took you so long? And then you were embedded like this, obviously, but you had this look on your eyes. You were
I
shy.
was I was 17. Come
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
There's no way I will have a beard all over me. I was just 17 years.
And you were shy, babe. So I think I was more amazed at the fact that you could walk up to me and tell
Okay.
me,
Okay.
that you needed my number. And that was not when you told me. I asked you, why do you need my number? You were like, I just, want us to be able to talk. I've been wanting to talk to you for a while, and like I keep, feeling like I don't get to see you.
Now that's what you asked me, but inside of you, I saw this excitement
I
because I
was
knew that's why I
excited.
said I knew you were going to give me your number because you were willing to give me the number, even though you didn't want to like rush and
No,
give me the
yeah, I
number.
didn't want to rush, but I
Yeah,
liked you.
I knew. I think for some certain reasons, I knew you liked me. Okay, so yeah, that's it.
So when then after you took my number, you called me right away to make sure.
Yeah, I called you just to make sure I have the right number.
And then you called me later that evening, right? And asked if it
Mm-hmm.
was okay for you to call me.
At midnight.
Yes,
Yeah.
because you were
It
a
was free,
student.
of course.
And I
No, no,
was
no. I
a
just
student.
came out of school then.
Yeah, yeah. You had just
I
graduated from,
just
yeah.
yeah. That was after my
Hmm.
SSE.
Yeah. So, and then we were talking. Uh, I don't remember if it was the very first day that you asked me out, or you told me that you liked me.
Okay. Okay. See, this is what I did. If you, let me remind you.
Okay.
After that day, I took your number. I called you at night.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to build a relationship with you first, making sure that you don't turn me down because I hated being turned down. Okay. Not really that I
Wait,
hated
but
it that
babe, did you like? It's not as if you cannot handle being turned down. It's just that because remember, even before you asked me to marry you, You had asked me privately that will you marry me? Just
Yeah,
yeah, okay.
before I engaged you, right?
Mm-hmm,
Yeah, I did. I did so because I didn't want in a situation because I've been watching on social medias where a guy would just come up and then ask a girl, "Will you marry me?" publicly, and
mm-hmm.
then the girl will say no,
Yeah,
and then I'll be like, I need to know inside first, one on one,
yeah.
if you're going to marry me.
Mm,
Tell me
mm,
if you will, then I'll know so that I don't come outside and disgrace myself. That kind of a thing.
mm-hmm.
So
Okay, babe.
back to what I was saying,
Mm.
and then I collected your number that day, and then I started the communication. I needed to build up a certain kind of relationship before asking you out. That's why I didn't ask you out immediately.
Mhm. Okay.
Mm.
And I think you wait, when did you ask me out? Was it after you came to my house
Um, it
or
was no.
before?
The thing is this: before I came to your house, I
Mm,
knew we were friends already. So I
yeah.
asked you out before coming to your house, but you said, that I should give you time to think about it. And I was like, in my mind, I was like, what's she thinking about again? I mean, you've known me for a very long time, right? So what else are you thinking about? If you were,
Because there were a lot of guys coming. I needed to make sure I was making the right choice of boyfriend.
and you didn't take a look at the girls around.
I knew you were heads over heels in love with me.
Okay, all right.
God. But babe, on a more serious note though, it was because prior to that, like how as a girl is getting to her prime, a lot of guys are asking her out. So I've
Yeah.
never had anyone that I liked back. I have had some people that I had crushes on, right? But
Mm.
I haven't had anyone that I liked back.
No, you were so young. You were so young that your how will I say it? You had a lot of chances to make your choice.
Yes,
You
and
had
then I
time.
had people that liked me at school,
Yeah, you
and
had
then
a
people that
lot.
liked me at home too.
Yeah.
So in my mind, I'm like, this guy is coming. He's not bad looking because obviously at that time you were still tall, you know. You were obviously taller than me then because
Obviously.
you were tall, yeah. So I'm like, he's not bad looking, and you're obviously saying the right things. You used to be very romantic then, no. I think one of the
Are
things that
you are you
sold.
saying then or I'm still romantic?
I'm not sure, babe.
Are
I'm,
you
I'm, I'm thinking about it.
I
I don't know. I think you
I
you used to be
okay,
very romantic, babe.
you're
Because
joking,
I
so
remember one of the things that sold me was always how you used to talk to me about our future.
mm-hmm.
Maybe we'll make a separate video about this.
Mm-hmm.
How you used to talk to me about our future, and initially because we were both young, there was nothing to build off of. It's not as if you were telling me, but you were telling me all the things that will happen in our future
Now look at it
together.
this way, because we were in the same environment,
Mm-hmm.
okay? So I kind of knew what you will like, the things that will make you happy.
Mm-hmm.
And then I found out that these things that will make you happy
And not
are
not in that environment.
no, are not just ordinary. Like it's not what every other person wants, right? I saw you as a unique person. So I needed to go in a unique dimension.
Which unique dimension did you go into?
I needed to go in a unique dimension just to make sure I make you happy, okay? So I needed to speak in the tune you will like.
Okay.
Not as if I didn't mean it. I meant everything I said. You understand? But I needed to talk in a way, that will entice you. And then that kind
Babe,
of
I
a thing.
remember. I think you used to give me credit too sometimes.
Yeah, because I know some of those times when you call me at
Yeah,
midnight,
yeah.
and remember if it passes that
4
4
a.m.
a.m. and then
I think
the next
you.
thing you hear is 1 minute remaining. So and then you
Yes.
tell me, oh, I have 1 minute remaining, and then I will know that you will not be able to call me the following night if I don't recharge for you. So that's
Yes.
when I will just recharge for you.
Oh my God. I
out
remember
of
saying,
out of my pocket money.
okay, but move closer to the lens.
It's
So,
okay.
okay, remember when you came to my house?
That day I had a lot of obstacles. I had so many reasons not to come.
Mhm.
I just made up my mind that I was going to come see you since I already told you on phone that I was coming. And then to me, if I did not,
But babe, what I want to ask you, why did you decide to come? Because you didn't have to. Remember, we were already talking, and you already told me that you liked me. Wait, yeah, you already told me that you liked me, and you wanted to, you wanted me to be your girlfriend. Oh my god!
yeah, maybe I just needed to remind
And
you of.
then you now said you told me that you wanted to come to my house, and I was so shy.
Yeah, the reason is this. I first invited you to my place.
Yeah, that's true.
And
You
then you
did.
said no, that you won't be able to come. And then I asked you why.
They will
You
kill
said
me.
you said you didn't want to come because of my sisters. You mentioned Ugochi. You said you didn't want to come because Ugochi will always
Make fun of me.
make fun of you. And then my cousin,
Mhm.
Nene. So I said to myself, okay, since you cannot come, then I'll come see you. I'm the man. I was acting like the man. I needed to be the man that I am,
Mhm.
obviously. That's how I decided. I said, okay, if you cannot come, that's okay. I'll come see you.
Mhm.
So maybe you thought I wasn't going to be able to come,
Mhm.
and then I was like, okay, I'll come. Don't worry, I'll come see you. So I gave you time, and then to be honest with you, maybe I didn't have the full morale to come.
Mhm.
You understand? So I needed an accompanist, right?
Mhm.
I called my cousin Nelson.
Yeah.
I told him to please accompany me to your house.
Mhm.
And then Nelson was like, to your house? To do what? I said, no, calm down. I just want to see her, talk to her. Nelson was like, no, I'm not going. I cannot go there. And then I kept asking him, why? Why can't you go there?
Mhm.
You're just escorting me. It's not as if you're going to say anything.
Yeah.
Just be my second person. Let's just
And
go
then
there.
he came with you a little bit,
Yeah, he
and
came
then he
halfway. He didn't. He always told me, he
he
never said
wasn't
he was
going.
going with me. You understand?
Mhm.
So I was the one who was like, okay, just see me off.
Okay.
If you say you're not going with me, just see me off. And then I engaged him in a conversation,
Thinking.
thinking that we'll be talking until we get to your house.
Yeah.
So immediately we get to the junction of your house. You remember that junction, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So we got there, and then he was like, I know at this point I'm going back.
Yeah.
Then I knew I
I
was all alone.
and babe, you came.
I
You.
begged him.
Yeah.
Even at that point, I started begging him again. I was like, "Guy, we don't reach already now. We'll just reach."
Mhm.
Yeah, I said no. I told him, not even you can stop me from going to where I'm going at this point. I said, okay, bro. Don't worry, I'm going to see you when I come back.
Mhm.
So I left him.
So you came to my house. I was
Yeah.
so shy, and oh my god, I can literally remember that day. I was so shy, and my grandma was in our house, and when I saw you, because I already knew that you were coming, right? I'm like, oh my god, this guy is really here, and I was so shy. So are you were wearing white and black bottom, right? Black
Mm,
pant,
yeah, white
shirt,
shirts and
and black, yeah.
yeah, black.
And I was so shy. I'm like, oh my god, he's in my house. The first man that's ever come to my house.
Okay.
And we were so young, babe.
I
But I
know.
remember I told my grandma, I had told my grandma that you were coming. I also told my mom, but my mom wasn't home that
Yeah,
she wasn't home
she
that
wasn't. She
yeah.
wasn't. I
But
didn't
I
see.
had told her that you were coming because I didn't want to get in trouble. So and I thought it was my grandma thought it was noble of you to come
Mm-hmm.
to our house
Mm-hmm.
and not just talk to me like on the side.
Yeah.
So, and I remember when you came and I took you to the living room and I came outside because I was so shy. Because we've been talking at this time, we've been talking for more than 2 months over the phone.
Yeah. It was like 2 months before I came
And
visiting.
I know that I carefully planned myself so I don't run into you. Because I just felt like I couldn't have the gut to see you when I run into you. So I remember coming outside and my grandma was like, Noma, don't you have a guest? I'm like, yes, grandma. And she was like, have you served him anything? I'm like, no. And she was like, "Why did you come outside when you have a guest in the living room?" I'm like, "I don't know what to do." So, and babe, you were just there, you sitting very calmly, and I know you were shy. You're a shy person, so that's why I'm like, it must have taken you a lot.
It took me a lot of courage, seriously.
Then I went and got some Martina, and I think it was cookies.
Digestive biscuits.
Yes.
I cannot forget that biscuit.
And then I think there was a granite too, was it? Oh no,
No,
no.
it was
Okay.
just digestive biscuit and then what?
And I
Yeah.
bought it. And I don't even remember what we talked about. He just asked me how is school, how is everything, and then we talked for a while, but I don't remember what we were talking about. And when it was time for you to go, I walked you out
Mm-hmm.
outside the gate, and you asked for a hug,
Yeah.
and I
And then you
didn't.
gave me a handshake. And then I was like, what? How can you be shaking? How can you be giving me a handshake? Are you my fellow guy or something?
You know what I mean? I'm like, no, let's
Uh,
keep this holy. Oh God.
uh,
Wow. I think I was also mostly afraid of, I just don't want to, I don't know. I didn't want, because
seriously,
my mom and my grandma knew that we were friends, but I didn't want them to think it was more than friendship.
okay. The truth is, after I visited you, I was so excited that I was able to visit.
Mm,
You understand? To me, I felt okay, although I
mhm.
made my intentions clear. Understand? I had a pure heart. I came to you with a pure heart. Now you know what I'm saying. So I was so glad that I was able to come.
Mhm.
So when I came back, and then I was like, I saw my cousin, and then I told him, I told you, Nelson, that not even you can stop me from
Yeah.
going to where I'm going to,
And
from
then
going to see
yeah, and then
Gladys.
after that, babe, after that day you came to, like the house, our conversation was a little different, right?
Yeah, things changed because I think you saw more seriousness in me, and then you were like, I saw this. Um, I think this guy is serious, so this guy really
But I
loves
didn't
me.
accept them to be a
You did
girlfriend.
not. That was what got me. I was like, you've seen it all. You've known everything about me. I've told you everything you should hear. You've seen everything you should see. So what are you still waiting for? And then it took you like a year just to say yes. And then I was like, why are you delaying this years? So you kept saying, give me more time. But to me, I was so relaxed. I told myself,
Is it that you
even
have
though
overconfidence that I like you?
I don't think it is overconfidence. I think I was just patient enough. Okay.
Okay.
So I had this patience. I told myself, okay, I know, I think I just have to be patient for the fact that she likes me.
Mhm.
Okay. So I just have to be patient enough and then give her as much time as she wants. So I gave you the time that you wanted.
Yeah.
I even gave you more than the time that you should have wanted,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Because I was like, at the time, I was like, why are you still saying? Although the good thing is you weren't saying no
Mm.
outrightly, right?
Yeah.
So you were asking for more time to think about it.
Yeah.
So in my mind, I was like, what is she still thinking about? What are you still thinking
And
about?
then when I finally said yes,
And then it was like, whoa, finally. And then I relaxed, okay. And
and I
then
remember before I said
you
yes,
saying
I
yes
had
to
to
me was
go.
on phone.
Yeah.
If you can remember, it was on phone when you said yes to me.
I told you to ask me again.
Yeah, I remember when I called you on phone that midnight. It was still a midnight phone. Then I asked you, why are you still delaying on this? Why haven't you said yes to me?
Mm-hmm.
Why haven't you given me a clear answer?
Mm.
And then you said, yeah, you were still thinking about it now. And then I said, but how long? How much more time do you need to think about it? And then you said, okay, ask me that question again. In my mind, I smiled. I was like, okay, let me relax. I took a deep breath.
Oh my
I took a deep breath, and then
God.
I was like, okay, glad. I remember I used to call you glad.
Yeah, you do.
I called you glad. I really like you, and. all I want is for you to be my girlfriend. Will
17
you
year old
will
boy.
you will you be my will you be my girlfriend? And then she smiled. I could see you, even there was an audio call, I could visualize you smiling. And then you said yes. I was like, oh my God. It was a very happy moment for me. One of the happiest moments. For real. For real. I was so happy and excited.
I had to tell my mom
Mm-hmm.
that you and I are friends. And she asked me what kind of friend. I said, well, we like each other. And I needed to tell her because I didn't want her to find out.
Yeah.
And then I, like you had been to my house, my grandma knows about you.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously they used to catch me on the phone,
Mm-hmm.
midnight call all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So they needed to know who I was talking to. So my mom, like was aware. She's like, well, as long as you guys don't do anything. And she knew there was not going to be a way for us to do anything because we're both in school.
Yeah,
So
the
we only
thing is,
see
it's not
two.
even about us being in school. I think it's about upbringing.
Yeah.
Okay, because if we wanted to do something, we would have done it. Believe me.
That's not
No,
true.
it's true. It's true because at our age that time, there were some people, who were of the same age with us who had started doing, some things like that.
Yeah.
So it was just about
But you
upbringing.
already knew God by then. You knew
Yeah,
Christ.
because we both came from a family that
And I was
doesn't play
going to
with God, right?
Yeah, and I was going to a
So
school that is deeper life background, so I definitely knew that
yeah,
there was no messing up. But
yeah.
then I told my mom. My mom was like, "Yeah, I've known people who start off as a childhood friend and like end up getting married. If you guys like each other, you know, just keep it platonic,
Mm-hmm.
and you guys can be friends, but keep it platonic." So yeah, I it started until I told you.
Yeah. When you told me, that was like, it wasn't even up to a year after you said yes. And then the next news was you guys were traveling to US. I was like, oh my God. After it took you this long to say yes. Then in my mind, I was like, okay, it's all for good. I cannot stop you from traveling. Even if I want to stop you from traveling, I don't, I don't even have the power to stop you.
Mm,
And then when you were asking me, I remember, I think it was a few days before you traveled, right?
yeah,
Uh-huh. And then you asked me, Arnold, must I go?
babe,
In my
we
mind,
don't know. This mom
in
talking.
my mind, I was like, even if I ask you not to go, will you obey me?
but,
So
but but babe, even if I didn't want to go, I didn't think it
yeah,
was I didn't
yes,
have the power.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. Because at that point, your parents were the one to make decisions for you, not you making
Yes. But
decisions
babe,
for
I wanna
yourself.
I wanna go back a little bit. You used to send me some mad text messages like in the morning, in the afternoons, in the evening. You used to send like you used to be
Let
I
me
would just be
tell you
doing
the
random
truth.
things and
The
I
truth
get
is
text
this.
messages, sweet message.
The truth is because of you,
Mm.
I bought books. Serious about this. I know I may not have told you this before.
Yeah.
I bought books. Bought. I remember some. Is it pamphlet or what? I bought those books. Reading about text messages, love messages and all of that. And then sometimes I'll just read, and then I'll type send to you. Pram.
And it met my heart.
And then yeah, because you
I would
know
just wish that it's nighttime because that's when we get time to
to
talk
talk.
for a
Yeah,
long period.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I look forward to, like
We
nighttime.
will still have to say thank you to MTN Nigeria.
Yes, yes. Wow.
Oh,
So wow. That was quite a long journey to us. What about your family? Your family knew that we were talking.
yeah,
Speak a
of
little bit
course.
about that,
My
babe.
mom knew.
Yeah.
My mom knew, even though I cannot exactly remember how I told her,
Hmm.
but she knew. That's how you guys were able to talk on phone.
Yeah, because when I
Yeah.
when I call you and I can't reach you, I call her phone.
Ugochi,
New.
Ugochi, my sister, is somebody who had always known that I liked you a lot. Okay,
My
so
cousins knew. My big sis.
yeah,
Siblings,
Ugochi,
yeah.
my family, my mom knew,
Mm.
Ugochi knew, my cousin Nene knew about it, and then who again, Nelson, obviously,
Yeah.
Nelson knew about us.
But there's some people that think that we met on Facebook.
That's what some people think. I don't know, but I don't know why they will. I don't know. Anyway, that's
Okay.
what they think.
So that was a very long journey to how we got here. So now, babe, we're living together, you know, for for a bit now. What are are there some things that you feel like you didn't know about me that now you've gotten to know?
About that, let me start from the good side. I didn't know you could cook very well. Like, I didn't know. The first time I tested your food, I was like, wow, she can really cook. Your mom told me, oh,
Yeah.
but I was like, now
You thought she was
before
promoting.
as in, there's no way she will tell me that you don't know how to cook now.
Yeah.
That one is norm. She will always try to promote her daughter and that kind of a thing.
Mm.
So, but when I tested your food, I remember that was it the first time? Yeah, the first time you came to Nigeria,
Mm.
and then you made food. It was my sister
Yeah.
who
I think
said
yeah.
you should make food for somebody, and then I
Yeah.
was like, she hadn't even made food for me. Why would she be making food for another person? I said
Yeah.
no. And then you told me, oh babe, no, don't worry, let me just prepare the food. It's okay. I said, okay, I'm going to eat. If you are going to prepare that food, then it's going to be for me and him. Because I needed to taste your food before every other person. So I didn't know you could cook very well.
Mhm.
And um, what's surprising again? I've always known that you're kind hearted. Okay, I've always known that. And I've always known the good things that you do now,
Mhm.
that you've always been with them. I've always known those things are part of you. And what again? Giver. I think I kind of knew that you're such a good giver. Okay. So, but when I came, living together made me to understand that you're not just the kind of giver that I thought you are, that you're more
Mhm.
than I thought you are. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
You want me to talk about the bad side?